Are you looking for a side hustle where you can make $1,000 per day with no experience, no upfront investment, no risk, and no work whatsoever needed from you in order to make that money? Well, if you're somebody who is wanting that type of side gig, then TikTok claims to have the answer for you. Because over the last couple of months, I've been noticing a trend with TikTok influencers where they claim that they have the perfect side hustle for you that meets all those pieces of criteria.
I'm gonna teach you how to make an extra $15,000 a month, all while just sitting in your room. Here's how you can make $10,000 a month selling products from China all online.
The only problem is that 90% of them are total frauds and total scams. But the good news is that I have siphoned through all of these TikTok videos and I am going to be fact checking them for you in this video. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down some TikTok side hustles that have gone viral over the last year. And I'm going to be breaking down whether or not these are legitimate ways to make money, how much you can actually expect to make, and whether or not these side hustles are actually worth pursuing. So let's get started. Now, don't get me wrong, I love TikTok. Like, I really love TikTok. I spend way too much time on TikTok, especially considering the fact that I'm a 28-year-old with a full-fledged career. But because of the fact that I spend so much time on TikTok, I have of course learned a lot about these side hustles that continuously go viral on the TikTok platform. And unfortunately, more often than not, these side hustles are completely misleading. They are not accurate at all, and they simply lead people into believing that they can get rich quick when they actually have a better chance of losing a ton of money. So that's why I want to make this video, and that's why I want to fact check some of these TikTok side hustles that have gone viral over the last few months. But before I dig into that, if you guys could do me a huge favor, and if you could hit the like button and hit the notification bell for the YouTube algorithm, I would greatly appreciate it. This helps let YouTube know that you guys are enjoying my content, and thus it pushes my content out to a new audience, helping my channel grow. So if you could do that, I would greatly appreciate it.
Do you speak English? And do you want to make $400 for 45 minutes of work? Then you need to watch this. Go to acx.com. Step 2, click on this little microphone. Step 3, go and find a book. You got about 2,300 titles to choose from. $400 for 45 minutes, or you can make $7,200 for an 18-hour project.
Now, what this creator is talking about is a freelancing website called ACX. And what this website does is it connects people who have written books with people who can narrate those books in an audio format and get that recorded for distribution or for marketing purposes. Now, in doing my research, ACX is a very legitimate way to make money. You do exactly what this creator said. You go onto the ACX website, you click on the microphone, you then click on the button that says find a book for your voice, and then you scroll until you find a book that you think you'd be interested in reading. The problem though is that the amount of money that you can make, or that you can at least expect to make, is a bit misleading according to the TikTok. You see, this TikTok creator says that you can make $400 with 1 hour worth of work, but the fact of the matter is that's not really true. Now, the way that ACX pays their narrators is one of two ways. Number one is for per finished hour, and number two is shared royalties. The second of these two, the shared royalties payment, is basically meaning that you're going to work for free, and then once that book goes on sale, you will get a percentage of the royalties that that book earns. Now, if that book ends up being the next Hunger Games or the next Harry Potter, then you're walking away really, really well off. But more often than not, books don't become the next Harry Potter or Hunger Games, and so you'd probably expect to earn not very much at all, if anything at all, especially if the book is a flop. The other payment per finished hour is a way of paying you based off of the completed work. So for example, if you're reading a book and you record that book for 5 hours, but once that audio file has been edited down and once it's been completed, it only makes up 2 hours of audio, then you wouldn't get paid for 5 hours, you would get paid for only 2 hours. So you're actually not getting paid for the amount of hours that you're working, you're instead getting paid for the amount of hours that your work produces. Not only that, but this creator states that you can make $400 per hour or 400 PFH. But the fact is, whenever I was looking at ACX, I couldn't find any book that had that price or that payment that they're offering narrators. In fact, the vast majority of books that I saw were actually paying in the form of shared royalties, which in my opinion wouldn't be an ideal situation. And the books that did pay a high dollar amount, anywhere between 150 and 200 PFH, those were Amazon bestsellers, and I can almost guarantee you that there is a lot of competition in order to get hired for those books. So that's not something that you can just prance into the app and just get those jobs on a whim. You probably would have to build up your narrator resume in order to qualify for those more high-ticket jobs. Though I do think that this TikToker was a little bit misleading in the way that the side hustle works, more specifically how much you can expect to make, I do think that ACX is a legitimate side hustle, and if you're interested in doing narration, then this could be a viable route to pursue.
Go to a Dollar Tree or Dollar General, find the aisle where they sell $1 books. Go through all the books and search them on eBay. If they sell for more than $1, resell the book for profit. Buy all the books they have in stock. Like and follow for more easy side hustles.
Now, this side hustle, I think in theory does work. It's flipping products. It's one of the oldest side hustles in the books, but this specific side hustle of buying books for $1 and then flipping them for $12 on eBay is one that I think is a bit flawed. Number one is if you were to take into account how much time you're actually working versus how much you actually make, I would argue that it would end up not being worth your time. Number two is listing those books on eBay. That is another piece of the puzzle that of course requires time and also requires money as well. eBay takes a portion of the money that you make whenever you sell a product, and they absolutely would cut into the profit margin of any book you would sell with this type of side hustle. Flipping books is a really viable side hustle, and it's one that can actually be incredibly lucrative. But in my view, it's not lucrative if you're just going to Dollar General and buying the books that way. I think that you can buy books in bulk from retailers like Half Price Books, buy a big box for $30 to $40, and then scan through and sell those individually. I think that that could be successful. Or I think alternatively, seeking out those special books, holding on to them, even fixing them up, and then selling them for a profit could be an alternative route as well. I personally think that driving to a Dollar General, spending the time finding the books, spending the time listing them, then shipping them, it simply is too much time and not enough reward. And so though I don't think that this side hustle is like a lie, I think that it is legitimate, I don't think that it's worth it, and I think that you're better off doing something different.
The most underrated side hustle that will make you question a 9-to-5. It's called copywriting. I do copywriting for Amazon. That consists of a title, bullet points, and a product description or an EBC. And guess how much I've gotten paid to do one single listing? $250. And trust me, you don't need any experience. So, how fast can you write a sentence?
So what this creator is claiming that with copywriting, you can make $250 per hour by writing ads for Amazon. Now, for those of you who don't know what copywriting is a form of advertising writing. If you've ever seen a written ad, even an ad on TV or on the radio, that is a form of copywriting. It's a form of persuasive writing that convinces somebody to do something that you want them to do. Most often in the form of like what this creator is talking about, it's convincing you to buy a product or buy a service. Now, I have two thoughts with this specific creator. Number one is the fact that this is 100% a legitimate way to make money. In fact, it's a legitimate way to make a ton of money. The problem that I have with this TikToker is the fact that copywriting is way more than just simply writing a sentence on Amazon or coming up with the title or even writing a paragraph. It is learning the psychology behind somebody making a decision and then figuring out a way to play towards that psychology in order to get them to do what you want them to do. It truly is an art form, and it's something that I personally am really bad at, despite the fact that I have spent probably 10 years trying to improve at copywriting. I think copywriting is one of the highest rated skills out there, which is why it is a skill that is such high paying. And it's something that takes a lot of skill, it takes a lot of practice, it takes a lot of commitment. So though the side hustle is 100% legitimate and you can 100% make $250 per hour or more doing this type of gig, it absolutely isn't just a flippin' side hustle that you can start tomorrow. You have to practice, you have to research, you have to perfect the craft, and once you've done that, you can absolutely do this amount of earnings.
Here's another easy side hustle, and you don't even have to show your face. Let's go. Step 1, go to youtube.com and create a YouTube channel. Next, go to epidemicsound.com and get signed up. Do a search for rain sounds and find one you like. Next, go to pexels.com and find an image that fits the rain sound you selected. Upload the sound and image into a video editor, such as DaVinci Resolve, and loop the sound for 10 hours and put the image on top of that sound. Now go back to your YouTube channel and upload that video. Similar accounts are grossing over $2,000 a month.
This is probably the side hustle in this video that is the biggest lie. It is absolutely not true. This is a waste of time. Do not pursue this side hustle. There are a number of huge flaws in this TikToker's entire idea, entire side hustle proposal here, and it leads me to believe that this person doesn't know anything about YouTube. So what he's proposing is basically you create like white noise style videos where it's just like soothing music, a soothing backdrop. It just makes you relax so that you can take a bath or go to sleep or drink a cup of tea, and that it is something that can then earn you money as a side hustle. And he claims it can earn you up to $2,000 per month. But there are a few big problems with this type of side hustle. Number one is that he claims that you can make these videos without showing your face, which is true. You wouldn't need to show your face if you're doing this type of video. The problem though is that if you want to make money from these videos, and if you want to make money from YouTube in general, you oftentimes do need to show your face or at least show some sort of personality. YouTube does not like these kind of copy and paste style videos. For example, a while ago, there were these Reddit style videos that were going viral on YouTube.
People who deleted their social media account. How did it affect your life?
But the problem is that YouTube doesn't like this style of content because they want their content creators to be unique, to be bringing in a unique set of audiences, and to provide a unique value. Because of that, YouTube has been cracking down on YouTube channels that don't show your face, or at the very least, don't use your own voice. So if you're somebody who is wanting to go this route where you're not only not using your face or your voice, but you're also not using any of your own stuff either, you're not only going to have a hard time gaining traction on YouTube, but you're also never going to get monetized. And that brings me to the second issue that I have with this side hustle, which is the entire idea of monetization. I've talked about this many times on this channel. I'll probably talk about it many times more, but whenever it comes to making money on YouTube, different YouTube channels make drastically different amounts, and it all depends on the value that an advertiser sees in your channel. Finance channels are seen as a very valuable type of content to advertisers because people who watch finance channels typically have money, they have an interest in learning how to invest, they have disposable income, and they're actively engaged in the video. They are a high value channel. But channels like this, where people are just going to turn it on, they'll go to sleep, they may be taking a bath, reading a book, drinking a coffee, those are viewed as low value channels because the viewer is not actively engaged in the content that they are watching. And thus the advertiser is going to pay a significantly smaller amount than they would on a different channel with a more actively engaged viewership. I just think that this side hustle is a complete waste of time. If you enjoy doing it, fine. I think that it's great. I think that uploading on YouTube is super fun, and I don't blame you if you'd want to pursue this. But if you're doing it in order to make money, I think that there are so many other side hustles out there that are way more lucrative. You should avoid this one at all costs. I had a lot of fun making this video. Like I said, I love TikTok and I love entrepreneurship. I love learning about new side hustles and new ways to make money. And I love dissecting about whether or not these are real, legitimate ways to pursue making extra money in your free time. If you guys are interested in seeing more of these types of videos, then make sure to leave a comment down below because I definitely would like to make this a series if there's enough demand for it. But leave a comment and let me know your thoughts. Like always, you guys, if you have any questions, comments, if you have anything to add, make sure to leave a comment down below. And while you guys are at it, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next video.